Ah, here we go. Fixing that audio. Welcome to Unlimited Power. My name is D-Rod, and I am just excited as we are closer and closer to the release date of Spark of Rebellion. So Star Wars Unlimited's first set is coming out in 3 to 4 weeks here. I'm just pumped. So getting reserves in at local stores, finding more events every day here in the Portland area. Hopefully you are too. You're seeing more things pop up. If you're in any of the socials out there, you're probably already seeing a lot of stores putting out their event pages or your local regional community groups trying to organize play a little bit more. So if you haven't seen that yet, you can either keep looking or you can be the first one to set that up. That's always a responsibility of someone who says, you know what, there's not a community online yet. I'm going to be that person to make it. And props to you, the people that do, the people that want to continue to run that, manage those types of groups. That's really important. So if you're not seeing anything in your area, you can be that person. So if you feel like you have the time, you feel like you have the energy, go for it. Because people are looking. People want to find where they're going to play. But hey, we're here for some Spark of Rebellion sealed play testing, just messing around, finding some synergies on Force Table. We're going to be opening some packs, building a few decks. We'll probably build 2 or 3 different decks, run them against the AI here, just again, to find some synergies. And I'm really hoping we run into Emperor Palpatine today. So Emperor Palpatine was the final leader revealed this week and by Fantasy Flight Games, and he looks great. I'm definitely a Palpatine player. I'm pumped for us to have this opportunity where we get him in the first set and he looks strong. So green, black, all the way. I'm pumped. All right, let's get to it. Let's open some packs. So remember, in sealed, you're going to start off with 6 packs. This is going to be very similar to what you're going to get in your pre-release box. So Force Table is great at having this opportunity where you can just kind of essentially just test it for yourself. Now in the pre-release you're going to be given Luke and Vader, and I think probably after this week we'll be doing a couple of like pre-release practices just to show people some options you're going to have with Vader and Luke being one of your leaders. But let's just do another sealed event, because again we're going to get closer and closer and you're going to have a lot of packs, and maybe you want to maximize that with your group of friends. Sealed is a great way of doing that, right? All of you buy a box, and let's see, if four people split a box, you can do a 4-person sealed really easily. So I think that's really cool. All right, pack 1, we're given IG-88 as our leader. Some opinions here. Shouldn't be our first choice, but again, what's great about sealed is we'll open our packs and see what we can really do. I really do enjoy seeing a couple cards in this set. We have an AT-ST, which is a great bomb. 2 strong 8 cost AT-ATs again sitting here. And then we have another Academy Defense Walker. So it's just walkers galore in this pack. I think that's really cool. 2 6 cost, 2 8 cost. And here you can see the consistency of the cards. One of the things mentioned on the website of Star Wars Unlimited is the designers really wanted to make sure when talking about power creep that in order to eliminate those worries, and if you're unfamiliar with power creep, we'll go into that, but in order to alleviate that concern people have, it's about like trying to keep things, every set, as powerful as this first set. And I think we see some similarities when we see like AT-ATs having very similar cost. Kind of gives us a good idea of what a lot of AT-ATs are going to cost. Same thing with some of the lower cost walkers. They're 6, and we see some consistency there. Again, I like where Star Wars Unlimited design is kind of talking about, where in order to avoid power creep, they want to have these type of consistencies. And again, power creep, to go into that definition, is when every time a set comes out for a new card game, there's the idea of the cards are going to be better than the last set, and it kind of overrides them. It makes the other cards a little less significant. You played other card games before, whether it was Star Wars, Magic, or Pokemon, you can see this over the years, right? There's some cards that are like, look at this Pikachu, or look at this this Elven Warrior, and it's really strong, but then years later it's not. Now newer card games sometimes run into the same problem if we talk about like Digimon or even Final Fantasy TCG, where it's like, oh, I have this really great like War Greymon, it's super solid. 2 sets later, that War Greymon that was hot, that was essentially like hitting the top of the tables, really expensive to buy, has dropped down to a couple dollars because a new Greymon came out. And just, you know, that's one thing I'm liking. They've kind of talked about. They really want to avoid bringing in more powerful cards and rather trying to bring different cards that sit at the same power levels as this. And that makes me think we're going to see a lot of these small walkers sitting at 6 most of the time, AT-AT sitting at 8, and we'll probably see them all have different abilities and a couple of different health options like we're seeing here. Again, it's a great way to design a game, makes me excited. And this is pack 1, so I like everything in pack 1, Imperial Heavy. Let's go to pack 2. I love talking about Star Wars, and I love talking about cards, so I am glad to do that here. Okay, I love this pack. We got Rook, we got Overwhelming Barrage. We've already seen some great green-black, so please, please, please give me Emperor Palpatine and some ramp. We also have Chewbacca. I'm a big fan of Chewbacca in the limited format. That 5 cost means he's a little bit easy to get out. He can come out as early as turn 4. That Sentinel ability is good, and you can really get some good interesting little mechanics here with Chewbacca's abilities. So every time he's attacked, you get to ready him. So I think that's really neat when you can use other things for like heal, or maybe you can bounce him. Didn't get a bounce in this pack, but you know, things like that. So heal him, shield him, just a lot of different options to kind of keep this really strong ability in play. I'm hoping we can get a couple other Sentinel units that are similar, where we can ready them every time they get attacked. But if it's just Chewbacca, that's great. I'm sure we'll see a lot more synergy as more sets come out. All right, some good green-black there. I love green-black, and so much. I think they're definitely becoming some of my favorite colors. But chat, if you have a favorite color combination you're liking, feel free to mention it below. We got Imperial Interceptor and Cassian Andor. So right now we have Leia, IG-88 and Cassian. We're in our 3rd pack here. So we got 2 hero units and 1 villain. Double red though. We haven't really seen a lot of red. Vanquish is going to be good in the limited format, and we already have 2 snow speeders. So if we end up having to play that heroic side, I'm really glad to see a couple of ambush cards like this, as well as the Liberator gunship. Ambush is just really good. It can just, again, you're going to be able to play your unit and attack another unit if it's already in play. And I think that's really good. You get to kind of skip an action. You're going to put your opponent on tilt a little bit because they weren't expecting their unit to die so quickly, especially if you can kill it the first turn it comes out. So I'm a big fan. Let's go to pack 4. Pack 4 is another IG-88. Okay, we're not getting a lot of options. There's going to be 2 packs left, and right now it's leaning towards red, but I'm not seeing a lot of good red support here. Heavy green and blue. Speaking of green, we see another Vanguard Infantry. When it dies, give an experience token to a unit. Yeah, why not? It's easy to splash in. It's only 1 green, not hero, not villain. It's a good card. We also got the Patrol V-Wing. It's in the same category. It's a ship. It's going to draw us a card. Easy to play. So, you know, we'll probably splash some green where we can. If we end up having to go IG-88, we have some great villain cards to team up with him. Also a good one is 97th Legion. I'm always surprised this is only a mono green card. Obviously it has stormtroopers on it. The Legion aspect of it means it's going to be an Imperial or Republic based thing. And I mean, it's Imperial and it's Trooper. It's just not villain. So it's interesting they went with that, at least for the theme. I think you'll feel like you could have named any other card and done something similar. But it's all right. It's just it always catches me off guard. That's not a villain aspect. So if you're trying to get a trigger off of like Red Vader, you're not going to get it. Shore Trooper though, villain. All right. Also, we got the Relentless. I would love to play this in any format. It's just the art is so good. I'm really a big fan of Star Destroyers. Seeing something like this, rising over to capitals, rising over a city, I think it's just really neat. It's one of my favorite things, and clearly based on the logo we use here at Unlimited Power, Star Destroyers are a thing. So, big fan here. Hopefully we can get it out. It's 9 costs. It's an 8/8. All Star Destroyers are high cost, so I'm just looking forward for when we get cards that lower their cost. But the first event played by each opponent each round loses all abilities, so it's just an immediate counter. First one we really have in the game. All right, some good stuff, but we gotta see a really strong leader. A third IG-88. Ugh. Okay, well, we have 4 red cards. 4 red cards. I don't think we have the red support. So right now it's looking like Leia and something else. I don't know. We'll see what pack 6 gives us. As far as red, we got a Wampa, an infiltrator skill, and a keep fighting. None of these are hero or villain specific, so they're easy to add, but they're not great. So they just need some work. As far as yellow, strong yellow pack, bounty hunter crew with that ambush ability and can return events from your discard pile to your hand. We got asteroid sanctuary to exhaust units and shield. Talking about that Chewbacca we saw earlier, that's a good one. Actually you can't, because it has to be a shield unit 3 or less. Chewbacca's 5. Sabine Wren, shoot first, sorry, another great yellow card. And Jabba the Hutt. So Jabba the Hutt's going to make our tricks cost 1 less, and we're going to be able to return to get a trick immediately out of our deck and draw it. So shoot first being another good trick there to keep our units alive while removing another one from their field. So some good stuff here. I really hope pack 6 is another IG-88. I can't do it. Okay, Chewbacca. At least it's a different color, and it's blue. So Chewbacca, Sentinel and Grit. He is okay, honestly. He's okay. His leader ability is you can put in a unit that costs 3 or less and immediately give it Sentinel for the turn. Yes, that can buy you some time. It can really utilize a unit if you didn't grab many Sentinel ones, but the limitation I think is a little harsh. I would kind of wish it was any unit rather than 3, but I'm sure this was play tested a lot to find that right value. So okay, I don't know what we're going to build. I'm pretty sure this is a very good mix mash of colors, and that's the kind of scenario you want, honestly, to face, because that's the one you want to get better at, right? It's really easy to be like, I play red all the time. Look at all these great red cards. I have 4 red leaders to choose from. Yeah, that's smooth sailing, you know. Right now, this is a rocky shores, and we're just gonna have to figure it out. So this is why we do it. So 3 IG-88s, 1 Chewbacca, 1 Cassian Andor, 1 Leia Organa. Wow. So heavy red. Again, heavy red. 3 Imperials, 3 villains. So that's split there. As far as rare bases, nothing really for us to make a decision on yet. Let's see what we have here. 50 ground units. I love the little card count at the top. Scrolling through, you know, blue's going to give us a couple of options, but blue's not going to help when Chewbacca's villain. So that means suppressors out, defense walkers out, unless we want to pay more. Look at these surgical droids. We have 3 surgical droids. So can we do a lot of healing if we go this direction? We got Baze, we got the Wing Guard, we got Chewbacca. Okay. Now Chewbacca would only be good if we end up playing yellow with that blue. As far as green units go, though, I do like seeing 2 Echo-based defenders with Sentinel. Colonel Yularen, the Skiff. Yellow units, if we decide to go that direction, we have 2 Lothal Insurgents. And that's kind of it. I think green's maybe looking a little bit better, because you can get these 3 infantries, the mercenary companies, the Echo-based defenders, the Skiff. Yeah. And again, if we went like that blue-white aspect. Blue's not going to give us much, though, in space. We're stuck with a patroller, a patrol craft, and a V-Wing. If we end up going yellow, that's 3 gunships with those ambush abilities and the TIE Fighter, which is going to help us draw. Upgrades, it's nothing to write home about there. Let's take a look at events. Does this change our setup? 4 great combat tricks here. Your opponent won't see those coming. Only 1 vanquish. 1 resupply. Okay. I guess maybe we're going to try yellow? How are we looking here? If we go blue, white, yellow, that would give us 3 surgical droids, a Chewbacca, 2 juggernauts, a Baze. It's not 10 units. Cloud City, Wing Guard. Oh, we can play Kanan and Jairus. I don't mind that. And Obi-Wan. Okay, I feel better. Let's try Chewbacca. Let's try him out. Let's see here. Blue, white, yellow. We're already there. We can take the rare base we got, Jeddah City, which is going to give -4, -0 for the face. It may buy us some time, but let's make that decision towards the end. So as far as units, some of our power houses here are going to be Obi-Wan Kenobi with that with the Sentinel ability and to give experience tokens to a friendly unit when he dies. They want to see a Force-sensitive unit. We have Kanan Jarrus. Kanan I love, especially in limited formats. I was hoping we'd have a little bit more Spectre, but we don't. So that's okay. He can still discard the cards off top of a deck by 1. Chewbacca is going to be a must. We really want to rely on him. Cloud City Wingguard, buy us some time. Baze can give us Sentinel as long as we have the initiative, and he's not a bad card for 4. We're going to take the surgical droids because they're 1 cost. They're easy to put out. There's multiples of them, so if they die, we're okay. We don't have to rely too much on the healing, but we are hoping we can use that healing to our advantage. All right, Pathfinder here for that Saboteur. Snowspeeder for the ambush. All right, we'll probably take another Rogue Operative for Saboteur here. The Lothal Insurgent, I'm thinking so, because you can discard and draw. It may just be a good side strategy, again, with what we're trying. Let's put that in here. This puts us at about 14 ground units. I'm going to add 1 more ground unit and just kind of move off of this for a second. So let's add the Rugged Survivors, just because they can get tougher. Let's move on. For space, we don't have many options. Oh, we have a lot of options. I forgot we went in yellow. So we're going to take the Liberator gunships, all 3 of them, because we want that ambush ability. The Patroller is going to give shield to our blue units, and half our units are blue. TIE Fighter is going to help us draw cards in a limited format, and it's also 1 cost. And the Patrolcraft is Sentinel, so it seems good. We don't have any other Sentinel in space, so might as well take 1. This gives us 6 space units, so it's kind of our max, so we'll have to accept that. Upgrades. Resilience going to be great on either Chewbacca, so I think it's a smart move to take it. Snapshot Reflexes is a maybe. We have 7 more spots. Let's take a look at our events. All right, as far as events, we got some options here. Shield tokens, Shoot First, Surprise Strike, Vanquish, You're My Only Hope. A lot of good things here, but we only got 8 slots, so let's make this work. Asteroid Sanctuary is going to buy us a little time and shield our Sentinel units that are low cost. I'm looking at like the Wingguard really, but what costs less than 3 that we're playing besides that? Surgical Droids. Everything's kind of a maybe, so I may pass on Asteroid Sanctuary. Make an Opening is going to be a good card because it can act as kind of a kill event, so we're going to take this one. We're going to take Moment of Peace because it can shield some of our Sentinel units, like that Chewbacca, so let's go ahead and take that. Shoot First is a really good card because it can kind of be a kill event for you. You get an attack action out of it, but the fact that you can shoot your defender first may keep your attacker alive longer than you want. So I think it's okay to take Shoot First over cards like Surprise Strike. Again, because our units are going to be able to stay alive longer. All right, we're going to take Vanquish to defeat a non-leader unit for anything big coming our way. That's about 5 events there. We have 3 more spots. Repair is going to heal 3 damage. I think that's going to be good for cards again, like Chewbacca, Loyal Companion, or the Chewbacca Walking Carpet, who we're playing. All right, last here, we have 2 spots left. You have You're My Only Hope. Look at the top card of your deck. You may play it. It costs 5 less. If your base has 5 or less remaining, you can play it for free. You know, cards like that could bring out like Obi-Wan a little bit sooner, Kanan a little bit sooner. Well, let's try it out. We got 1 more slot here. I'm gonna go back to our ground units. Anything big, I'm thinking maybe the Cargo Juggernaut just to heal our base 1. Yeah, we'll take the Juggernaut. Yeah, we'll take that. And as far as bases go, we did get the rare base Jedha City, so let's take it. Let's try to keep our units alive a little bit longer. We're kind of playing a little bit more of a mid-range control, so this may buy us our time we need early on in the match. All right, save and close. Let's take a look at the deck real quick. So we're running the surgical droids, all 3 of them that we got in our sealed pool. Baze Malbus, Cargo Juggernaut, 1 Chewbacca, Cloud City Wingguard, Kanan Jarrus, Lothal Insurgent, 2 of those. 1 Obi-Wan Kenobi, Pathfinder, Rogue Operative, Rugged Survivors, 2 Snowspeeders. Love that. Love that. 3 Liberator Gunships. Look at that. That's 5 ambush cards right there. Distant Patroller, 1 TIE Fighter for that draw. Patrol Craft. Only 1 Resilient. And 7 events with Make an Opening, Moment of Peace, Repair, Double Shoot First, Vanquish, and You're My Only Hope. All right. Again, we are playing Chewbacca, Walking Carpet. As an action, put a unit that costs 3 or less from your hand, gain Sentinel for the phase. So we don't have a lot of Sentinel units, but we can make our early ones buy us the time we need to put out some of our bigger guys like Kanan, Obi-Wan, or Chewbacca. All right. Let's go for it. Shuffle it up. We are playing against Grand Moff Tarkin, who's running blue. Reminder, Grand Moff Tarkin has the ability where he can exhaust himself, pay 1 resource, and give an experience token to an Imperial unit. Your goal here in fighting against Grand Moff Tarkin decks is to take out Imperial units before they get too big. That's what he needs. Tarkin wants to save resources to make their to make sure they can use this ability. So if you can take out the unit before it gets an experience token, chances are Tarkin wasted the turn, right? He's playing, if they have 3 resources, if he plays a 2-cost unit, it's because he wants to put an experience token on it. You could kill it, and then Tarkin missed out on a chance on playing a stronger unit for 3, right? So why not? Just that's really the strategy with Tarkin, is just take out those units as fast as you can so they don't get chances to get experience tokens. No mulligan for us. We're gonna have to make tough decisions. What do we drop? So we have 3 surgical droids in our deck. We know this, but we need a 1-drop to play. We have a 1-drop and a 2-drop, and Lothal Insurgent's better when you can play more cards in a turn. So it's a little tough there to make that decision. I think what I'm going to end up doing is dropping a Snowspeeder because we have 2 of those, and we're going to drop the Rogue Operative. I know it has Saboteur, but I'd rather use that Lothal Insurgent ability just to mess with my opponent a little bit. So also means I'm probably not going to play a card on turn 1, so I can really take advantage of the Lothal Insurgent. So let's take the initiative. What does Grand Moff Tarkin do? Nothing. We lucked out. That could have been, at least, you know, he put out a 1-cost unit and put a token on it. So I'll take it. I'll take it. We're going to go ahead and drop Repair, I think. We're going to drop Repair. We have the Surgical Droid to buy us some time. So let's drop Repair. First things first, we're going to go ahead and play a Surgical Droid. It's a 1/3. Opponent plays a Viper Probe Droid so they can look into our hand. Now they do have 1 resource open, so they are going to get an experience token on this Probe Droid. That's just going to happen where we're at. We're going to use an action ability. No, we don't need to. We'll just put out the Lothal Insurgent. And again, if you played another card this phase, each opponent draws a card and then discards a card at random from their hand. So they lost Academy Training, and to be fair, that's great. I don't need that on a Probe Droid that can be just stronger and stronger. So we're going to take the initiative. Next turn, what we're going to do is we're going to use Jeddah City, lower the attack of the Probe Droid, and swing into it a bit. All right, we got to drop a card here. We got Rebel Pathfinder, Saboteur, Make an Opening, and Kanan. Don't want to drop Kanan because he's a real key to what we're doing here. Let's drop the Pathfinder. That's a 2nd Saboteur I dropped. Okay, we need an answer here, so let's see. That Viper Probe Droid is strong. It is strong. All right, I think first things first, let's give it, well, I wanted to give it -2, but now, no, let's just do it. Let's give it -2, -2, 2. If it swings, okay, well, it's not going to swing. It got an Academy Training on it. We're going to go ahead and give it -4 now. That thing's not going to hurt us at all, but we're going to have to swing into it quite a bit. So let's swing first with the Lothal Insurgent. We're going to take a little bit of damage. Or none, actually, because we lowered it by 6. The AI has the initiative. Let's swing with the Probe Droid. Or sorry, the Surgical Droid. And apparently I misclick and heal it for 2, so that's silly. Awesome. So obviously there's always an issue with online play. Sometimes you just click too fast. You're not reading those certain things. That's what happens with me. Not something that happens in a real life tabletop game. You're not going to say, I healed this character just by, yeah, it's not what you're going to do. Because it's a May ability. So you can just kind of skip it. That also means if you forget about it in play, you can't go back. At least not in premier level play. Casual competitive play, you're fine. No one's really going to care too much. All right, we have shoot first, and you're my only hope. I think I'm going to drop you're my only hope. We're at 5, so we have the snow speeder and shoot first. We should be able to take care of this probe droid. My goodness, my goodness. We're just going to throw the snow speeder at it. We can also exhaust it because it is a vehicle. Swing on it for 3. We'll take 7. Is it only when I complete on attack exhaust enemy vehicle ground unit? Not a vehicle, it's a droid. Okay. That's why. Oh man, this probe droid is putting in the work. All right, let's swing on that cell block guard again. Me accidentally healing it too with the surgical droid for that misclick really is not going to help me out. Let's see, that probe droid has a total of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my gosh, it's just so big. It's so big, and this is what I was talking about. Like you have to put in the work here to take him down. All right, I'm going to swing on Capital City. That 1 damage isn't going to do anything to the probe droid right now. It needs to take at least 4 more. We're going to pass and not heal anything. I would love it if it only needs to take 2 more. Ooh, Grand Moff Tarkin, here he comes. We're going to take the initiative. So at the beginning of this match, I kind of said what we should do, and we weren't able to take out this probe droid. This is why Tarkin can be such a threat in limited play. You have less options to deal with them, because if you didn't draw the cards, you didn't draw the cards. And again, like he can just make small units get tougher and tougher and tougher the longer the game goes. So it's a rough one. It's rough, buddy. All right, we got Chewbacca. We got Lothal Insurgent. We're going to drop the system patrol craft. We're not seeing much on the space end, and we're playing catch up here. So we got to, again, continue to take out this probe droid. So we can play the Chewbacca. It's going to give us Sentinel. It's not going to work once that probe droid swings, but I have a feeling Tarkin or the Vanguard Infantry should swing first. He didn't. Okay, never mind. Chewie's dead. Deals 3 damage to that probe droid. We got to swing now. I think we can shoot first and finish it off. So let's go ahead and do that. Attack with a unit. Shoot first. We're going to hit it for 2. That should be enough to finish it off. We're not going to heal any other units. Boom. Okay. That's dead. We're good there. We'll take the hit from Tarkin. We survived. Again, the AI should have done a different play. What they should have done is swing into Chewbacca with the infantry. Infantry would have died. Put another token on the probe droid. I would have had to swing into the probe droid. Or the probe droid. Yeah. So it would have at least made me kill my own guys. But, I don't know. Felt like that would be a better play. We're going to take the initiative. Nothing else we can do. Chewbacca comes out on turn 7, and we are only on turn 6. Or sorry, resource 6. Opponent plays Academy Defense Walker, so all their damage units get experience tokens, and they still have Sentinel. Still have it. All right, I gotta drop a card. We have Cargo Juggernaut, which we can play this turn. It's going to heal our base. Moment of Peace is going to be good. I think we're going to drop Lothal Insurgent. We have 3 base heal cards. Or 3 heal cards, protective cards, really, in our deck. We're going to do what we can to make these work. First things first, let's go ahead and deploy Chewbacca. He's a 2/9 with Sentinel. AI is going to play the Gladiator Star Destroyer and give the Vanguard Infantry Sentinel as well this turn. No problem there. Let's shield our Chewbacca. Okay, Confiscate's going to remove that shield. That's fine with me. Let's play Cargo Juggernaut. Because we have another blue unit in play, we can heal 4 damage from our base, and it gets a shield token itself. Chewbacca is going to take 6, which means Chewbacca now hits for 8, but he only has 3 life remaining. And unfortunately, we have to swing into the defense walker. So what we're going to do, we're actually going to pass. Because yes, if we attack that defense walker, we're going to kill it. But I'd rather Chewbacca kill something else. And Tarkin is the only one that can kill Chewbacca. The infantry cannot. So let's see what happens here. Pass. Tarkin's going to swing into Chewbacca. That's fine. That allows us to kill Tarkin, get him off the field. That's really the goal of what I would have preferred to happen. So we can take the initiative now. We'll get hit by this Vanguard infantry for 2 or not. He'll just swing into the cargo juggernaut. That's fine by me. This buys us a little bit of time here. We're going to keep all the cards in our hand. We're at 7. We don't have a leader anymore, so we're really going to have to make some stuff work. Well, you know what? I think I can. We can do that. Let's do an action ability. We're going to use Chewbacca's ability to put the distant patroller in with Sentinel. So that way when this patroller dies, it's going to give a shield unit to cargo. A shield to cargo, which will be great for attacking this cargo defense walker. But you know what? Now I'm not sure if that's what I want to do. I was kind of hoping the opponent would have swung that turn. We have a vanquish to deal with either one of these units that still survive. We won't have an answer for space afterwards. So I think what we're going to do here is play Kanan. See what our opponent does. They play another Gladiator Star Destroyer. I'm glad I saved that vanquish. So we don't have to worry about that a little bit. This again has Sentinel. I don't want to swing into this without it, but I don't think we're going to get a chance. I need Jaros alive, so let's go ahead and swing on the Academy Defense Walker. When the patroller dies, we'll put that shield right here on Kanan. Reminder, Kanan will be able to discard a card from the opponent's deck. They only have 10 cards left, and he'll be able to heal for each different aspect he discards. So let's take the initiative. It's an 18-29 match, and we got to find some answers for these space units that are just going to get experience tokens on them here. And we don't have that many. We do not have that many options. All right, let's go ahead and play the Vanquish first. We're going to take care of the big one. We lose a shield token from another Confiscate. I'm really surprised. Tarkin was running 2 Confiscates in his deck. Let's go ahead and swing on his base. We're going to mill him 1, and we're going to heal our base by 1. Tarkin plays Rugged Survivors. We're going to go ahead and play Surgical Droid. And next turn, we'll put out that Obi-Wan Kenobi. Let's take the initiative. It's definitely a race here. I'm not liking my odds, but we have some heal effects. We have another Sentinel. We just don't have any Space Sentinel. It's kind of a maybe. Let's hold on to everything. We're at 7. We're not going to be able to play all these cards, but we're going to be able to do something. The Liberator Gunship will not kill that Star Destroyer, so let's just play a little defensively here. We're going to put out Obi-Wan Kenobi for that Sentinel. Yep. AI is going to keep working on that Star Destroyer, making him tougher every turn. Let's use Kanan. Got to use him to heal our base and to start taking out cards from our opponent's deck. The sooner they're out of cards, the more damage they're going to take when they have to draw. We'll go ahead and play another Surgical Droid. Rugged Survivors have to swing into Obi-Wan. That's perfect. We'll now attack with our Surgical Droid and heal our Sentinel unit, Obi-Wan. Take care of him there. All right, here comes 7 damage right to our face. It is 7-7. I have to have an answer this turn, but I don't think we have anything else in this deck that's going to get us there. We'll drop both. Again, not a whole lot here. Yeah, not a lot. We can heal their base a little bit. I think that's maybe what we do. Oh, you know what? We could do... No, these need to cost 3. I need some Sentinel. My goodness, my goodness. Gosh, let's heal. Let's heal the base. Buy us maybe a little bit of time. Maybe we'll discard 2 aspects. 2! There we go. That's going to give us 2 more life. Obi-Wan's going to die. We're going to be able to draw a card. Let's put an experience token on... a surgical droid just because if we end up hitting this turn. I should have put it on Kanan. I forgot. If we only get the draw if we put the experience tokens on Kanan. So there's a reminder for me. There is a reminder for me. So again, we can hit this gunship for, or the Star Destroyer for 6, but it's not going to get us where we need to go. Not going to get us there at all. Let's swing on some of these units. We're going to go ahead and swing on the Rugged Survivors. We are going to lose one of our surgical droids. That's okay, but it's going to kill him. Then we got to figure out this Steadfast Battalion who has Overwhelm. Not going to be able to kill it though. My goodness. Yep, that's going to get us. Nothing we can do, honestly. That's it. So we're going to go into game 2 and we're going to try this deck one more time. I'm trying to think of some other options we could have done. Obviously, we misplayed with a misclick where we healed our opponent's unit. That wouldn't really happen. That would have been one of the key things I think I could have changed. And maybe use the Sentinel ability a little bit more. Let's try it again. This time our opponent is Leia Organa. We're going to play this one more time, and after this we're going to go ahead and do another sealed. So Leia, if you're unfamiliar, she can exhaust herself to attack with a rebel unit, then attack with another rebel unit. She comes out when you have 5 resources, which means turn 4, and she's a 3/6 with raid. So danger, danger, for sure, for sure. All right, no mulligan on our part. We're going to have to deal with our choices. What do we have here? Nothing we can play on turn 1. So again, if in real life, you always want a mulligan. But the reason why we don't is just to get better for those situations where you're stuck with this. Because when you mulligan in Star Wars, you mulligan all 6 cards, and you draw 6 cards again, and you're stuck with whatever you draw. So, yeah, we'll make some choices here. We're going to drop the Juggernaut and... Drop the Juggernaut and the Gunship. So Cloud City Wingguard is going to give us Sentinel. Rogue Operative is going to give us Saboteur. That can be really helpful in making openings. We're going to take care of some of those lower cost units we can kill. We have nothing to play, so we're going to take the initiative. All right. We'll drop the Rugged Survivors. They're a little high cost, and we'd rather play Chewbacca once we get to 5 resources. We can mess with our opponent a little bit, which I think is what I want to do. It'll be 3. No, not really, though. Let's make them deal with us. Let's see what they do here. They can't kill the operative unless they play a Fleet Lieutenant. So let's go ahead and put the operative in with Sentinel. See if they decide to swing. They don't. They play a Star Viper. That's perfect. We're going to take the initiative. Battlefield Marine will swing into the operative. The operative will not die, neither will the Battlefield Marine. But it's going to give us a little bit more room here. We can play Make an Opening next turn to kill the Marine. Or we can simply give the Surgical Droid the Sentinel, who will also be able to kill the Marine. So I like the directions we can go. We're going to go ahead and drop the Snowspeeder. I know it has ambush, but I would rather, again, play Chewbacca. All right, I think what we're going to go ahead and do is... Actually, we're going to use the ability. We're going to go ahead and put the Surgical Droid into play with the Sentinel. See what the Battlefield Marine does. It's going to have to swing. We'll swing with the Rugged Survivors into the base. Rugged Survivors has raid 2, so we hit for a total of 4. Out comes a Rebel Pathfinder. That's no fun. Do I want to kill anything? Unit -2, -2. Can't kill any other units. We could play the Wingguard, but I'd rather wait. Let's pass and hope the Battlefield Marine swings first. Looks like he's going to with Leia's ability. Perfect. This leaves them with the Star Viper. The Star Viper does have Restore 2, but only when the opponent has the initiative. So we're going to put out another Sentinel unit, get hit by 3 from that Star Viper, and we'll keep the initiative. Drawing 2 cards. Let's see what we can do here. We have Lothal Insurgent, which is going to be good for getting that discard on the opponent. And we have a Gunship, which can take care of the Viper. A lot of good cards here. I'm going to have to make a tough choice of what to remove. I think it's going to be the Insurgent. Even though I guess I could have played the Insurgent this turn. But again, a lot of tough moves. Let's take care of that Star Viper. We have ambush. This is exactly what this unit's for. It's going to survive the attack. It puts pressure on the opponent to maybe put some space units into play rather than going for the ground. Looks like that's not the decision they chose. We lose our Cloud City Wing Guard. Oh no, we don't. He's still alive and standing. That's great. Let's go ahead and swing into the base with, again, Rogue Operative, that Saboteur. Now, Pathfinder has Saboteur as well, so he's going to get past this Cloud City Wing Guard if he chooses to, and I'm okay with that. Opponent has 2 non-Saboteur units, so it's going to have to run into something. Pathfinder swings, takes out the Wing Guard. That's understandable. It's out. We still have the initiative, though, so we're going to keep that. We have another Sentinel unit coming into play. It's going to be Chewbacca. Leia gets played now, hits us for 4. We'll have some answers for her next turn. Oh, shoot first and a resilient. I dig it. I dig it. Let's drop the patrol craft. This puts us at 6. Our Chewbacca comes out on 7. Options, options. First, we're going to lower the attack of one of these units. Leia's going to be able to swing this turn, so let's lower the attack of the security force, which hits for 3. All right, they didn't do anything. That's great. That's great. Then let's go ahead and probably play a shoot first, I think. Reason why I want to play shoot first rather than Chewbacca is Leia's going to swing with 2 units. So Chewbacca's going to die if we let her swing first. So I'd rather try to kill one of the units and play it a little bit slower than continue to go any further here. So we should kill a rebel unit, so that way Leia doesn't get the advantage there. We can also play make an opening to also kill a rebel unit. Either way, we're probably not putting a Chewbacca out this turn, so I guess we'll play make an opening. Exactly what we want to do. We're going to take out the Pathfinder because it has Saboteur and it's Rebel, so it's out. This means Leia has to play a little bit slower, which is smart. She plays the Volunteer Soldier, gets that going. I do want to try and kill something here. Let's go ahead and attack with the gunship first. Leia will probably swing next. And now we have the option of probably taking the initiative, and I think that's what we're going to do. For some reason, Security Force wanted to attack us. I don't know why, but we really want to go first next turn, so let's take the initiative. We don't want Leia to go because, again, she will swing with 2 units, and that can be really dangerous for us. Ugh, these are all good. We're going to get rid of shoot first, I guess. We have a repair. We have a resilient. These are the things we need to keep a Sentinel unit alive. Speaking of keeping Sentinel units alive, I think we're going to have to figure something out here. We have Raid 2, so Rogue Operative will swing for 4 on the Security Force. It will not kill him. Or we can just play a Vanquish and get rid of it right now. It's tough. It's tough. I think we're going to have to definitely play a Vanquish to kill something, though. Alright, we're going to get rid of the Juggernaut. It's out. What's Leia going to do? Snowspeeder in? Yep, okay. Danger, danger, for sure. We'll put out our regular Chewbacca. I'd rather put him out than the other one, because this one has a better chance of surviving, even with Leia's attacks. We'll pass. Actually, I should have attacked with the gunship, but we already decided to pass. Alright, for some reason, the Security Force attacks first. Chewbacca now hits for 5. He can take up to 4 more points of damage, and that means Leia Organa there is going to be a threat for him. Let's have Chewie swing now. We're going to swing into the Volunteer Soldiers. They will not kill Chewbacca, which is perfect because Chewbacca should have the strength now to kill Leia Organa. We're going to clear the board here. They'll go down to 2 units. We'll go down to 1. Do we get that pressure? We're not going to put it out there. We're going to have to put out Chewbacca next turn. Let's take the initiative. We can heal Chewbacca. We can put a Resilient on Chewbacca, so I feel really confident there. We're not going to put any more cards into our resource pile. Let's try to get ahead here. Let's try and stabilize. Chewbacca comes out. Opponent plays Steadfast Battalion with that Overwhelm. A little gross. Let's give Chewbacca 3 more health with Resilient. He now has 9. Not to mention we can heal Chewbacca on our turn. Let's hit with this gunship before we lose our momentum. Security Force is going to swing in Chewbacca. That's fine. Chewbacca hits him back. Takes him down. We're going to go ahead and Nothing's going to kill Chewbacca, so we're going to go ahead and swing right now, take advantage of that. We're not going to have the initiative next turn. Yep, Snowspeeder's going to swing, hit our Chewbacca. We're untap Chewbacca. Then we're going to go ahead and, we can attack or repair. We're just going to repair first. Heal 3 damage off of him. Opponent takes the initiative, and we're going to hit the base for 3 more. So now it's a 12 to 13 match. We have a Sentinel, we have a space unit, but they have 3 units in play that are powerful. Let's pass. We have a Snowspeeder that can take out something. And that is our plan, Snowspeeders. Perfect. Opponent does not swing on Chewbacca first. That's what I want to see. Let's play the Snowspeeder and take out a unit. Or try to take out a unit. So 3 here. Let's take out the Rebel Pathfinder. That Saboteur is going to be dangerous, and we can also tap the vehicle that's in the ground. So we'll tap a Snowspeeder. Steadfast Battalion is going to swing on Chewbacca. That's okay. Chewbacca's still alive. We just didn't really get the ability we wanted to off of him. Let's swing with Chewbacca. Into that base. Drop the opponent down to 9. Hit the base again. Drop him down to 6. Opponent has the initiative, so they're not going to discard a card, or they will. So each opponent draws a card, then discards a card. So we can just do that now. Draw, and they lose the sympathizers. We'll pass. We're in a good spot. Again, this was working out a little bit better than the first game. Leia's probably putting too many resources down. AI probably should have stopped a little bit sooner. But again, we don't really know everything that's in their deck, so we're just making assumptions. Swing at the gunship, hit the base for 3. This gives us 3 more. I can't see a way Leia's going to get out of this. That's a good move, though. And she uses her ability to swing with 2 rebel units, and that's what makes her dangerous. Look how much she brought us down. We're already at 4. It's dangerous, but we got there. So there we go. First sealed, done. Let's go ahead and go back to the beginning there. All right, so we made a deck, we lost 1, we won 1. We're going to go ahead and start over the sealed event here. We're going to do it again. Hopefully this time we don't see 3 IG-88s. I would love to see a Palpatine. Let's go ahead and open this up. All right, first leader, Jyn Erso. What can we do with Jyn Erso? Not a lot in this pack. Really good mixed pack here. We got TIE Fighter, we got 3 red cards, one of them being an epic base. We have the TIE Advanced, a Snowtrooper. For green, really good green variety, the Skiff, the Defender, some great Rebel cards with Bright Hope and the Squadron Skirmisher. So some good stuff here. Let's move on to the next pack. Jyn is a good one to kind of build around. She's kind of basic, honestly, but she's good stats. So again, I want to see Palpatine. Now, Palpatine in limited format, I don't know, but I want to try. We got IG-88. I've seen you before. Let's move on from him. Let's actually look at Rebel Assault, revealed this week. Look at the art on this card. We can look at this a little bit closer later, but I'm really a big fan. It's 1 cost. It's green, white aspect, so we're really going to be playing it in heroism decks. Attack with the Rebel unit, and it gets +1/+0 for this attack. Then attack with another Rebel unit, it gets +1/+0 for the attack. So this is essentially a Leia ability in your event, right? You're going to swing again. So imagine you have 4 Rebel units, use Leia's ability for 1 action, swing with 2 of them. Second action, you swing with 2 more Rebel units, and they're stronger. That's a lot. Like the expression your opponent's going to have on their face is going to be like astonishment. Honestly, surprise, shock, just this idea of like what just happened. That's exactly what it's gonna feel like. You swung with 4 units in 2 actions, and those units were buffed. It's good. It's good. It's good. What is this? A rare? I think it's an uncommon. It's uncommon. So yeah, good art. Love seeing this approach of these fighters going after the Star Destroyer. Good art, good art. Rest of the pack, we got Strike True, big fan, 3 cost, good removal card as long as you're playing some big units. Home 1, probably not going to play, but I like it. Good art in the sense of it really captures what a space battle is. You can see a lot of ships in multiple different directions. Really neat. Attack Power Delta for that double green. Now, Syndicate Lackeys and Snowspeeders, again, are cards I really like seeing because of the ambush ability, and they're only one aspect, so they're really easy to kind of splash in. Let's go to pack 3 and someone show me something cool. There we go, Krennic. I haven't seen much blue, but I'm always confident when playing Krennic. So he has Restore 2 ability, and his static ability as a leader is each friendly damage unit gets +1/+0. So if you're going to have a lot of units that are damaged, you might as well get more punch out of them. So we got another general tag here, but I haven't seen many trooper units. Heroic Sacrifice being our rare, draw a card, then attack with a unit. For this attack, he gets +2/+0 and gains when this unit deals combat damage, defeat it. So it can be great, could be bad. We got a Greedo, a Waylay, and a couple of other things. Honestly, everything here feels very small, very useful, kind of more utility based, but nothing that really says like, hey, go in this direction, or hey, this is a strong bomb, like this is what you were looking for. So it's a very decent pack. Let's move on. Pack 4, Chewbacca again. We won't be playing Chewbacca. We already did that once today. Look at this blue support. Academy Defense Walker with Sentinel, and damaged units get experience tokens. Works really well with Krennic. Death Trooper. Damage a friendly unit to deal damage to another enemy unit on enter. That's great. ATST, Devotion for Restore 2. I love Devotion on Krennic, right? Not only does Krennic become stronger, and he's like a 2/7, so you can become a 3/8 by playing one of this. He then has Restore 4. Restore 4, that is a lot if you're in this game. So you only have 30 to 25 health, and 4 is a good percentage to work on. So it's over 10%. So if a unit can heal your base over 10% every attack, that's great. If the unit has a good amount of health every attack, solid. So big fan. Jedi lightsaber gets added in here. You know, it's okay. It is good. I just don't know if we're going to play hero. And the real question is, would you pay 5 for this, right? If you're playing it out of aspect, would you pay 5? Now, if I'm playing a Jedi, a Force sensitive character, so 5th brother or 7th sister, would I pay 5 to put a lightsaber on one of them? Yes, I would. +3/+3 and that -2, I would do it. So it's worth it. Would I play Jedi lightsaber on a Krennic for 5? Just for that +3/+3, it's such a maybe. If he already has, Devotion on him and I'm really trying to keep him alive, I'd go with it. But I think if I don't see any other Force units, it's not worth my time. Let's move on. 2 packs remaining. Krennic's going to be... Oh, here he is. Oh, there it is, people. I'm so excited to see him. Emperor Palpatine, when deployed, take control of a damaged non-leader unit. On attack, you may defeat another friendly unit, and if you do, deal 1 damage to a unit and draw a card. Boy, oh boy, that is it. Okay. I don't know if we have the colors, if we have the support for it, but we're going to see. I want to play it. I want to make it happen. I know it's a pipe dream. It's probably a pipe dream. It may not work. Krennic may be the better play, but we're here for fun. I'm here for fun. So look at Palpatine here. He's 8, so he comes out on turn 7 at the latest. He is a 4/10. Look, 4/10. It is good. He's Force, Imperial, Sith, and Official. So it's good. It's good. This would be one of those sealed packs I'm just happy to go home with. Put this in my pre-release box. Please, please, please. Gosh, it's so good. It's so good. So the reason why I love Palpatine so much is in StarWarsDestiny, I played a lot of single-player Palpatine, single-unit Palpatine. In Destiny, you would have to choose a certain amount of leaders that equaled a amount cost. I believe the cost was 20. It could be 30, but either way, you had to essentially pick your leaders, and Palpatine was too big. I think the cost was 30. So if you wanted to play Palpatine and play him to his full potential, he's like 27 points. And there wasn't anything else you could play with him. It was just, here's Palpatine, and if you want to run both dice with him, then it's going to cost you everything. So I would show up to all these tournaments and everyone would be like, I got 2 leaders, I got 3 leaders, I got 4. And I'm like, I got 1. I have 1 unit. That is it. And I would just control the matchup as best as I could. There's a lot of great games, a lot of fun regionals in Destiny. And you'd be surprised how many people are shocked to see Emperor Palpatine in the top 4 tables. Sometimes I was shocked, but the joy of just coming in with a deck no one expected, everyone was surprised about. Because at the end of the day, I had less health than everyone else. So when you're fighting against people who have 3 or 4 other leaders with 40 health total, and I'm sitting there with like, I got 20, like, good luck. You're coming at it with a disadvantage, but it throws people off, really does. And again, it's kind of why I'm going to lean to him, and I'll be doing a lot of playtesting. So let's see what we can do here. We got Academy training, ATST, so some good green-black support, Rook, Escort Skiff, Homestead Militia. What we were looking for to make Palpatine work is Super Laser Technicians or resupplies. We got to move fast with them. So, or an Overwhelming Barrage. Pack 6 though. Not any green. Oof, what would be the second color? Am I gonna make him work? That's the problem. All right, we got Sabine Wren. We got some good blue cards in here. Protector, Make an Opening, Rugged Survivors, Wilderness Fighter, and Shield with Security Complex. Whew. Man, I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna have it. But I do love seeing 6 leader varieties. So Krennic, Palpatine, IG-88, Jyn Erso, Sabine Wren. Ooh, let's see here. Double ATST, double surgical droids. Okay, so blue, green, black may be it. Couple of tags. Red is okay. Red's not really going to get us there too much. Rook will be great. Okay, so blue, black, green, I think is where we're going to go. Space is where we're going to have some trouble. We got 4 units we can run there. Love seeing the TIE Advance, though, and the V-Wing for that draw. Upgrades are decent. Just Academy trainings, Devotion, Entrenched. Yep. Lightsaber. The lightsaber we can put on Palpatine. As far as events go, we have none that are going to rush us there. Ooh, man, it is hard, honestly. Without any ramp, Krennic is just a better play. I'd still run the same colors, but without any ramp, Krennic's the play. But whatever, I'm here for fun. I'd rather just see if it can work, and I'd want to start seeing what synergies are going to be there. So let's just do it. Let's do it. All right, we got blue bases to choose from. We got Security Complex. It's going to give us less health, but give us some shield. I don't think we're playing that much Sentinel, though. Let's take Capital City for right now, and let's take a look. What do we have here? So shielded units, I don't think we have, or Sentinel units, we have Homestead Militia, but only once you have 6. In order to get Palpatine out, who again, can only come out on turn 7, we're gonna have to have some good removal or some Sentinel. So if we don't have it, man, it's just gonna be more rushing. I don't think we have the events to really do a lot of damage here. We got Make an Opening, we're gonna have to take. Strike True, we're gonna have to take. You have Emperor's Legion. Return each unit in your discard pile that was defeated this phase to your hand. That's always cool. There's not a lot here. Go back to our ground units. Homestead Militia is going to be a must. Wow, yeah. Fence Walker is going to be a must. Space, we're going to take all of these units. So V-Wing's going to draw a card. TIE Advance is going to make us a little bit stronger. TIE Fighters are going to be able to flood the board a bit here. For upgrades, we definitely need the Academy trainings to stay alive. The Devotion, Entrenched, Hardpoint Heavy Blaster is such a maybe. We do have some ground vehicles, so that could do some damage, but it's not going to be really in play till like turn 7. It's going to be rough. It's going to be rough. We'll take the Death Trooper. Take the Skiff for that ambush. We're going to need that a bit. We have 3 tags, but I don't think we have that many troopers. Double ATST, double surgical droids, hopefully keep our guys a little bit alive a little bit longer. Survivors. Rook is a must. Probe droid just to see, make sure we're doing everything correctly by looking at their hand. Well, we're going to take both troopers because we'll probably end up needing the tags. Yep. Puts us at 26 cards. We'll take the Mercenary Company for, again, that ambush ability. Puts us at 28. What are we missing here? Prepare for takeoff or recruit. I don't think we'll be chasing anything down. We'll take the Juggernaut to heal our base. That puts us at 29 cards. And I guess I'm going to take Recruit to search for a unit and draw it. You know what? I'm going to take the Emperor's Legion instead. And that way, if something does die that I didn't want to die this turn, if I really needed it, or if I can bring back an ambush ability, that'd be really good. TIE Advance is a good trigger for it. Or Rook. So, okay. Man, guys, I know it's Krennic is the better play. Krennic just is the better play, but if you have a chance to put him on the board, then it's what you've been waiting for. Yeah, just go with it. Let's just go with it. It's like guessing this thing all day. Boba Fett. Boba Fett's in play. When enemy unit leaves play, you may exhaust this leader. If you do, ready a resource. So Boba Fett's going to try to maximize their gameplay by trying to put out multiple cards in a turn. But in order to do that, he needs to take out units. By either removing them from the field, back to my hand, putting them into the discard pile, either way. So when he is on the field, when he's in the ground arena, he triggers this ability when he completes an attack, and it's 2 resources instead of 1. So. All right, no mulligan for us. Man, we're just playing a little bit behind, I guess. We have a Volunteer Soldier, who's a trooper, Mercenary Company, which is a trooper, an ATST, and a Surgical Droid. All right, we're going to drop 1 ATST and the... Really want this Volunteer Trooper, but we're not going to get him. Those 6-cost units are going to go. First turn, let's go ahead and play the Surgical Droid. Let's put something into play. Again, Palpatine's ability is to deal 1 damage to a unit and draw a card. So we can actually hurt our unit a little bit and be fine. Oh, sorry, it's a defeat a friendly unit to do that. So I don't want to do that. We'll pass. Got to read the whole card. You know that? You got to read the whole thing. All right, we got Cargo Juggernaut, Defense Walker. This is a Trooper Homestead Militia. I really want to make this work. Let's drop the Juggernaut for that shield. We're going to have to go use Tag to make our units a little bit stronger. They're going Space Arena. Let's play the Militia here. Yep, we'll take 1 from that Mining Guild TIE Fighter. No problem. Our opponent doesn't have any ground units, and they haven't played anything to remove ours back to our hand yet, which works in our favor. So they're not really maximizing what they're doing. However, their board presence is a little bit stronger than us, just because they have that shield token. It's going to drop a Surgical Droid, and we'll play a, let's see, probably Soldier and Tag this turn. So opponent plays TIE Advance, making this unit much stronger. This 7th Fleet Defender is going to be some trouble. Let's try to outrace them. We'll take 1 from the Mining Guild TIE Fighter. Drops us to 28. We're now about to play General Tag. We have 2 troopers in play, so 1 experience token, 1 experience token here. Makes them a little bit tougher. So now we have a little stronger of a board presence. So both of us ended up playing a unit that gave 2 experience tokens on the field. They just get to move a little bit faster. And again, we're at 23, they're at 24. We need to get to 7 for Palpatine to come into play. Here's a second Tag. I like seeing Tag because what we can do is we can immediately put him as a resource, or we can use Emperor Palpatine's ability to draw a card. I think what I'm going to end up doing is killing our Tag after he attacks, and then playing a Tag again. So I think that's going to be the best play here. Ooh, let's see. I'll swing into Boba Fett with our Tag. We'll do that. He'll take 2. Tag will die. No problem. Let's see what the opponent does now. Plays a Gamorrean Guards. That gives them Sentinel. Okay. Okay. You know what? I should have used my tag and killed him with Palpatine for that one. But whatever. We'll play another tag. We're going to put 2 more tokens on these guys. Make them a little bit tougher. What's Boba Fett going to do? He's going to swing into our base for 4. Puts us at 19 and he untaps 2 resources. Good news is we have Emperor's Legion, so we can still return a tag to our hand, which I think is solid. They're going to go ahead and swing first with the Homestead Militia into the Gamorrean Guards. Guards are going to die. Militia is going to take 4 points of damage, but we can heal. That's exactly what we're going to do. It's going to use the Surgical Droid, swing into the Snowtrooper, deal 1 damage to it, heal our Militia by 2. Out comes an ISB agent. No events revealed, so we don't have to worry about that. We'll swing with our Volunteer Soldier. We have that raid bonus. We're going to take out the Snowtrooper. The ISB agent's not going to do too much damage, and the Snowtrooper has potential of doing a little bit more with that Overwhelm ability. So I think we're good there. Next thing we're going to do, we're going to use Palpatine's ability to deal 1 damage to a unit and draw a card. We do have to defeat a unit this turn. That is exactly what we're going to do. We're going to defeat our General Tag. And now we're going to deal 1 damage to another unit and draw. I guess we'll choose... We're going to take out the... Try to work on this TIE Advance a little bit. Drops it down to 1. We get Academy Training. I love it. Academy Training is going to be pretty good. We will get to go first, though. So, yeah, we'll play Emperor's Legion. We're going to grab both tags into our hands so we can put 1 card down as a resource. And we'll be able to put Academy Training on Homestead Militia. Hopefully that buys us a little bit of time. Let's take the initiative. We're at 10 health. So, it's not looking good. It's not looking good. All right, we have some couple cards we can play here. Again, Homestead Militia does have Sentinel. I'm thinking we play the Defense Walker, make all of our units stronger by giving them experience tokens since they're damaged. Opponent plays Bounty Hunter Crew with that ambush, swings on our Defense Walker, but we're still standing. Okay, we have 2 costs with this Surgical Droid. 2 health remaining and 2 damage. We won't be able to take out that Boba Fett, but we will heal our units, so I think that's what we're going to do. Let's go ahead and swing on Boba. And we're going to heal our Militia here, which has Sentinel. Gives it a little bit more health. Boba's going to go ahead and swing. Boba cannot complete the attack completely because he does die, so he's not going to untap any resources. We're going to go ahead and swing on this base. Again, I don't think... We don't have it. We don't have it. Opponent just has too many space units in play. And we never really had one. I think, oh, maybe we had the Probe Droid. Or Viper Droid. Nope, never got one. All right, there's 5 damage. We can only take 5 more. The best we can do is nothing. So we'll take the initiative. Opponent will destroy us. That's exactly what I expected to happen here. All right, Boba Fett versus my janky Emperor Palpatine sealed. What? We have 1 more health? Oh, man. Okay. Hey, we got make an opening. All right, what do we do? What do we do? We'll drop the Death Trooper because it can only do damage to an enemy ground unit. We have Sentinel. Make an opening can kill a unit, but it's not going to kill the unit we need. Right? It's not. There's not many options here. Let's just play Make an Opening. Play Make an Opening and lower something by 2 and heal our base by 2. I mean, if I could kill a unit, I would. Well, I'll kill... I guess I should. It's like if I have the time, I could kill a TIE Advance, but I don't think I'll have the time. But either way, we'll only heal by 3, we're dead. So it is what it is. It is what it is. Let's just run this back one more time. Trying Emperor Palpatine against a Krennic. I'm gonna be so upset for not playing Krennic and we die to one. Probably what's gonna happen. That's going to happen. No mulligan for us. Krennic does mulligan. We make the tough choices here. ATST and Mercenary Company are both going to go. Both are just high cost cards, and we really want to make sure we're playing something. Not that we have anything to play, so we'll take the initiative. Bone plays Cantina Braggart. I have a feeling this is not a good... This is, again, a better example of sometimes you're going to be really wanting to play a card. And, like, really wanting to play cards, right? And then you're going to find out, well, I kind of went my gut of what I wanted to play, but it wasn't the best thing to play. And that's kind of the situation I find ourselves in right now. Ooh, let's give up something. We'll give up the skiff because we don't have any green units to put out. We're going to be playing a blue unit this turn. And first things first. It's kind of a maybe. We're going to pass. I want to see what the opponent does here. They play a sentinel unit. Okay. We're going to pass again. All right, we take 3. That is okay. Let's go ahead and play our Death Trooper. We have to deal damage to him because he's the only unit on the field, and we're going to deal 2 more damage to the Braggart. All right, Braggart takes 2. Opponent takes the initiative. We're going to pass. If we get to play anything first, we can play Make an Opening. That'd be pretty good. All right, got to give up a card. Got to give up a card. I don't really want to. These are 2 trooper units that are going to be beneficial. Tide Vance is only going to work on an Imperial unit, though. But he immediately makes that Death Trooper stronger. But we're not using it this turn. We're going to drop it. We're going to drop the Tide Vance. All right, here comes a Wilderness Fighter. Okay, we have 2 cards. Nope, we don't. We can play this turn. So, and do we play the Devotion? We'll play Make an Opening. I'd rather heal. Let's kill the Braggart. Heal our base for 2. Death Trooper's still standing. There isn't anything else we can do here. We could hit that base for 3, but I think I'm just going to pass, see what the opponent does here. All right, they went for that. Okay, we'll take the initiative. Kind of the only option. All right, here's a tag. We have 2 troopers we can play. Everything is looking good. Emperor's Legion makes sense with a card like the Emperor, but we're going to drop it. Strike True may give us the answers we need to deal with space units, since we don't really have a strong space presence. So let's go ahead and first put out a trooper. Wilderness Fighter is going to have shield. And then we can go ahead and play a volunteer soldier who costs 1 less because we have a trooper in play. Krennic's going heavy into the ground board. We're going to take the initiative because we're out of resources. And we're just going to take some damage here. Krennic's going to swing. I know the right play was to play Krennic. I know it was. But I would never learn how difficult it's going to be for Palpatine to get out. And again, it kind of reminds me of like, if you're going to play Palpatine, you have to play the ramp. So that's what this experience is going to be telling me a lot, is he's not worth it if you don't have the cards to get him out sooner. And you got to really build around him. Anyway, that's what I'm learning. We have ambush, we have draw, we have tag. We have too many good things here. I think I'm going to drop the draw. We're at 6. I really want to use this ambush ability. Who do we ambush, though? We have 5 and Overwhelm. It's going to go straight into that Cloud City Wing Guard. That's for sure. Or we just have some fun and use some Strike True and take out some of these guys. Strike True can take out Benthic 2 Tubes, which is going to make that Sympathizer pretty strong, or we can immediately take out the Pursuer. Krennic, though, we can't kill with anything yet. All right, let's make our units a little bit tougher. We'll give them both experience tokens here. There we go. Game going a little slow. 2 Tubes is going to give that power of Raid 2 to the Sympathizers, who again, they have 3 health. Go ahead and Strike True them. We don't really want to deal with that damage coming our way, so that's out of play. Out comes a Cell Block Guard. All right, opponent has double. Count them, double. units there. Let's use we'll use Palpatine's ability. We'll do 1 damage to tag, get him off the field. Let's do 1 damage to another unit. We're gonna go ahead and take out the Cloud City Wing Guard. Get that out of play so it's less damage coming our way, and we can draw a card. Taken 2. All right, we have a 3/5, and we have a 3/4 with raid 1. So the Wilderness Fighter is going to go ahead and take out the Cell Block Guard, and then we're going to use the Volunteer Soldier to take out the Scout Bike Pursuer, who I'm glad didn't attack yet. Krennic's going to go ahead and swing on us first. Good move. Good move with Krennic to swing on the Soldier. So we swing on the Scout Bike Pursuer. We're going to die, and we're going to lose initiative. Do I want to lose initiative, though? I don't want to lose the initiative. Make the Scout Bike swing into us. If he really wants it, he can die. Or he won't die. Bah, I should have swung. Forgot about that raid bonus. Alright, Juggernaut, Defense Walker. Defense Walker is going to really get us there a little bit better. Buy us some time, so I think that's what we're going to have to go with. We're going to have to drop a card. I think I'm going to pick the Juggernaut. It does heal our base, but not what we need. We're 1 away from Palpatine. So let's put out the Defense Walker, buy us some time. Sentinel unit. Krennic's going to swing into him. We're going to be able to kill Krennic, get him off the board. Unfortunately, he has a static ability, and that's what makes him good. Static means it's always active. So each friendly damage gets gets +1. So let's take out a unit. We gotta pick somebody here. We're gonna go for the Scout Bike Pursuer, who hits for 4, or 2 tubes, who hits for 2. Let's go for 2 tubes. Opponent's gonna swing into the Defense Walker, probably with the shield unit. Ooh, that's bad. That's bad. This is tough. So we could kill our own defense, our Wilderness Fighter right now. If we do that, we would remove the shield here, and it guarantees that the opponent's not going to swing with the fighter and just not take any damage and take out the Defense Walker. So I'd rather do some trading here. We're just going to do it. We're going to kill our guy, and we're going to take off that shield token, make the opponent really have to work. So boom. We at least got rid of a unit and their unit. Again, we're going to take 4 damage from that Scout Bike Pursuer. Let's take the initiative. We have Mercenary Company next turn. We have Emperor Palpatine we can put into play. Remember, when he comes into play, we can defeat another. We can take control of a damaged non-leader unit. Who do I really want? I want this ATSD. How am I going to get it? I'm not sure yet. Probably by playing killing one of our own, honestly. But I don't. That's not going to be fast enough. It's not going to be fast enough. Let's drop this TIE Fighter. Yeah, it's not going to be fast enough to really do some work here, but we got to do something. All right. We're going to play the Mercenary Company, and we're going to swing, I think, into the ATSD. If the opponent plays a card, we'll play Palpatine and take the ATSD this turn. Perfect. That's exactly what we need. That's exactly what we need. Deploy the leader. Take advantage of a non-leader unit. That ATSD is ours. Scout Bike Pursuer can swing into us or swing in the ATSD. I don't care. We're buying ourselves some time. Let's go ahead and we can make the ATSD stronger, but he's not going to survive. So let's go ahead and do Devotion on Palpatine. Opponent takes the initiative. I'm all right with that. Palpatine's going to swing first. We're not going to defeat a unit on our end. We're going to pass. Take out that Pursuer. Palpatine takes some damage, but that's okay. He healed our base for 2. Let's start working this down. So we lucked out. We survived all of Krennic's attacks, and he played an ATSD, so we're pretty strong. We're definitely not putting any more cards into our resource pile. Look, we have another ATSD we can play, some surgical droids to heal. Let's start building this up. First thing first, we're going to put a +2/+2 on Palpatine. Then we're going to put a +2/+2 on the ATSD. Then we're going to play a surgical droid. Play a second surgical droid. And then we're going to go ahead and swing. Now we can kill something, I think is probably going to be the best move, but we can heal. So let's heal first. I guess we can kill this. Yep, let's kill the occupied siege tank. It only has 4 health and it gets stronger as it goes. We're not going to defeat any of our units. We'll be pretty okay. And then the ATST will go ahead and take out the surgical droid, and because of that overwhelm, we'll still be hitting the opponent's base. Look at that. Dropped them down by 5. Our base is at 9, they're at 19, and we're 10 down, but I think we're in a really good spot. We have 2 healing units, and we have 2 hard-hitting units right there. So... Alright, first things first, let's go ahead and heal. Let's heal Palpatine. Get him down a little bit. Here comes a surgical Death Trooper. He's going to hit Palpatine for 2. That worked out for us. Go ahead and swing here on Kestro City. This time we're going to heal the ATST, who's going to swing into that Death Trooper. If needed. If we need it, though. I'm not sure if we do. Let's swing with Palpatine first into the base. We're going to be doing some damage as well as healing. I don't really want to kill... I guess, you know what? I can. Let's just do it. Let's do this, and let's take something off the board. Sure. We'll take out that TIE Fighter. And we'll draw a card from it. General Tag. We don't have any troopers, though. Okay. We're at 8. Opponent's at 10. We cannot kill them this turn, so we need to keep that board cleared. Let's go ahead and swing with the ATST. ATST is going to stay alive. Base is going to take 7 points of damage. The opponent has the initiative, so I think we got this one. I'm going to play another ATST just to overwhelm our opponent. Put out a probe droid. They have no cards in hand. We got this one, so at least I got to see one win, right? I'll take it. Opponent hits us for 3. Does not matter. We are going to at least let Mr. Palpatine swing himself into that base. There we go. We can kill a unit. Why not? I'm just going to kill... we'll kill the opponent's unit. Get that out of here. Get 1 damage there. Draw a card. And there we go. We did it. So two games with Emperor Palpatine. Ended up only... really winning 1, which I think is fine, but I mean, again, Krennic was the better play. Definitely the better play. Let's go ahead and head back. All right, that is 2 games, 1 loss, 1 win. We're going to do 1 more sealed, as I always do on Saturdays, and we're going to see what we can do. So 3 sealeds, 2 games each. Let's see what we can do. You know what? Let's mix it up. Let's for this last one, we're going to do the pre-release. Pre-release just means we'll have Luke and Vader in there. So I mentioned at the early part of the stream, I think the next few Saturdays we'll be doing pre-release ones only. So let's just kind of get in the habit of that. Here comes IG-88. Red, black. Well, when you see IG, but you also have Vader, you're kind of like, all right, well, I don't really care. So Vader's just going to be the better option if you want to really go red, black. Some good cards in this pack, though. We got a Takedown. We got Inferno 4, Vanguard Infantry, Seasoned Shore Trooper, Cell Block Guard, Wilderness Fighter. These are all really good cards. Waylay. It's just strong utility pack. Utility on the high end, for sure. If you're unfamiliar with the term utility in card games, it just means you have the ability to do a lot of options. These cards have other triggers that matter, whether they are removing tokens from characters like shields or experience tokens. Maybe they're cards that are going to deal with specific situations. A lot of people like to build some decks that are control, that are utility based, meaning you have answers for a lot of things in them, and it's about just searching for them or drawing them, just trying to build up, get everything you need for any situation. So second pack is Director Krennic. I'm always a fan of seeing him. We also have Mercenary Company and Agent Callus, and one of my favorites, Power of the Dark Side. An opponent chooses a unit they control, defeat that unit. That's really good. That means leader units. So if your opponent only has a leader, say Emperor Palpatine, you can just play this card for 3 and it dies. It just dies. 10 health, shields, does not matter. It's dead. Love it. Here's that Super Laser Technician I wanted in that last deck. For sure. Let's move to the next pack. There's the suspense. Okay, double IG-88. Well, again, we're doing the pre-release section this time, so we're going to have Vader as an option. Admiral Ozzel, Ruthless Raider. That's always good to see in the red-black combinations there. Ruthless Raider, just being able to play it, and when it's defeated, deals 2 damage to an enemy base and 2 damage to an enemy unit. So that's 4 damage for a 4/6. I think that's really good. We got a Strike True. We got to Keep Fighting. We got a Defense Walker and a Bounty Hunter crew. So some great ambush cards. Good range of utility abilities here. And I noticed a Cantina Braggart that last pack. All right, Krennic. So we have double Krennic, double IG-88. So blue, black, black, red, black. We're just a lot of black cards here. Fifth Brother's looking good to me. That's for sure. Another TIE Fighter and some good green cards here. We have Ezra. And our rare is the Chimera. So Chimera works really well, obviously, with Thrawn. It is his flagship. Love to see it. Yeah. Thrawn in the 7th Fleet. So the reason why they had those Defender units is because Thrawn was the one that came up with, advocated more for that idea for the Empire, according to the new canon. So Boba Fett is in pack 5. That yellow-black looks a little better. We have Surprise Strike, Super Snowtrooper Lieutenant. This is good. I'm just seeing some good stuff here for green, black, red Vader. Guys, I think that's where we're going to go. Tag, a Gladiator Star Destroyer, another Homestead Militia. Our rare was Spark of Rebellion. So that's, I mean, it's okay. It's just I don't want it to be a rare. I really don't. I wish it was an uncommon. Final pack. Chewie. There we go. A Super Laser Technician. TIE Advance. First Legion Snowtrooper. This is where it pays off. And I think in the next couple weeks when I do these pre-release streams, you're going to have a better idea of like what to do with the cards. If you've been playing a lot of the demo decks or trying to, been playing starter decks on Force Table, once you play those a lot, you'll know the combos, right? You'll know the synergies. And if you can familiarize yourself with those types of decks over and over and over, you're going to know what the best option is going to be when it comes to pre-release. You're going to know if you have the synergy you need to play Luke, or if you have the synergy you need to play Vader. So that's why I recommend just getting on Force Table, playing the starter decks at least before pre-release date, so that way you already know 2 different strategies you can go with these leaders. If you're, it's hard to find time to play the game. If you're like me, you don't really want to print out proxies and find someone to play with and do some stuff there. It takes time, it takes effort. And if you want to prep for the pre-release just to know some strategies, that's the easiest way to do it, in my opinion. All right, we're going to view our sealed pool again because this is a pre-release one. We have Vader and Skywalker available. And if I didn't, I would probably play blue, black, red Krennic. Instead, I can play red, black, blue or red, black, green. And I think we're going to go red, black, green and show you guys what Vader can really do here. So for red, black, green, that gives us the options of Ozzel. Pretty much all these 3 cards, Piet, Callus, and the AT-AT, the Braggart, the Cell Block card, the Fifth Brother. All these cards are going to be good here. Show Trooper and 3 Technicians. Technicians are really what's going to make it important because Vader comes out when you have 7 resources. These Technicians, can come out at... you can start getting ahead and hopefully get Vader out 2 turns early. So 2 turns early in a pre-release, oh my gosh, like if you can get Vader out 2 turns early at a pre-release event, the chances of your opponent having a good time is very low. So I would make sure to kind of, 1, just share the excitement, 2, be friendly about it. I actually felt bad doing a demo with a friend of mine who I knew is a very experienced card player. So we just did a really quick demo and I played the Vader deck. He played the Luke deck. These are similar to the starters. They're just 30 cards. And I got both my Super Laser Technicians out and I got Vader out really early. I felt bad. Just because it was like I'm not trying to demo this game so I can beat you. And I hope they know that. I believe they do, but I was just kind of like, look, isn't this cool? Like, it's so cool. Look what Vader can do. And I kind of explaining these mechanics are really good. They're really simple. They're easy to kind of catch, and it's in the starter decks. And for him, that was really important because I knew You know, in that aspect, they're looking at the game. They're looking at all aspects of the game, especially if they're looking to sell it themselves or an advocate for it. So, you know, you can always spin those situations a little bit better. As far as space units go, we have 3 V-Wings, a Gladiator Star Destroyer, and we have the Ruthless Raider and these 2. So again, we kind of have the whole starter deck package. I think we're definitely going to take it. What I am going to not play is Power of the Dark Side, which is annoying because I love it. Would I pay 5 for it? Maybe. All right, let's build it. Let's build this deck. Darth Vader, please. We're going to go ahead and splash the green here with Command Center on theme of the Death Star. And I'm going to go a little faster because I play a lot of Darth Vader in my free time. So we definitely want Admiral Ozzel. Going to make those little higher cost units come into play ready. So Ruthless Raider, I'm looking at you. Sorry, that's Admiral Piet is going to do that, but Ozzel's going to be able to put out Imperial units and have them ready. It's really good for going first. Callus for the ambush. Death Star Stormtrooper because it's small. Works really well with triggering Vader's ability. Cell Block Guard for Sentinel. I'll come back to the Braggart. We want all 3 Super Laser Technicians because we really want to make sure we're getting Vader out sooner. Vader's going to be the key to this deck, so keeping him in play is going to be important. Infantry is also going to be great for those experience tokens. Snow Trooper Lieutenant. Seasoned Shore Trooper. What other Imperial cards can we be playing to take advantage of this? 2 tags for those experience tokens. First Legion Snow Trooper. 5th Brother, yes please. Imperial Force User. All right. We're at 16 cards. I want to kind of move on. We have a lot of ground units, so let's kind of make sure we're playing some other things we're going to need here. Gladiator Star Destroyer is going to give us Sentinel as well as this Imperial ship. Ruthless Raider, same thing. Advanced and TIE Fighter because they're low cost or buff our other units. Puts us at 20 cards. Let's move on. We don't have much removal here, so we're going to take Strike True. Definitely going to be having to overwhelm our opponents here. Maximum firepower. Keep fighting. Possibly tactical advantage. Possibly. All right, we're going to take Academy Training for that upgrade. I think that's going to be a solid pick for Vader here. We're going to take all 3 V-Wings to draw some cards and keep our space arena occupied. That gives us 3 more spots. 3 more spots. We have Siege Tank, Mercenary Company, Homestead Militia, Tina Braggart, and the Blizzard. We're going to take the Blizzard because we have that Admiral Piet, and we're ramping anyway. Top card of your deck, either draw a card or discard it, and heal 3 damage from your base. Such a maybe. Let's take the Troopers just for that extra Sentinel at the end. And I think we're going to stop there. We're going to stop there. Okay, let's do this. Save and close. We're going to go ahead and start playing. Oops. As I hit like a million of the wrong buttons there. You think big buttons would make it easier not to make the mistakes, but nah, it doesn't happen sometimes. We're going to not take a mulligan. So if you're unfamiliar with what Lord Vader does, he has the action to pay 1, exhaust him, and if you played a black aspect card this phase, deal 1 damage to a unit and 1 damage to a base. So very important to kind of keep your tempo up. Again, when he comes out, he's a dangerous man. He's a 5/8. He's Force, Imperial, and Sith. Very similar to Palpatine, except he's not official. He's a 5/8 and on attack, deal 2 damage to a unit. So keeping him alive is going to be important. It's kind of why I took that Academy training. But we're going to have some fun. And we're going to go against Boba Fett. When enemy unit leaves play, you may exhaust this leader. If you do, ready a resource. So we're going to make the hard choice here. We got to drop 2 things. Let's drop the Blizzard AT-AT. I know it's big, but we're not going to see it for a while. And the second general tag. Both of those are out. Who gets to go first? It's me. I'm going to play the Death Star Stormtrooper. Let's see what our opponent plays. A Jawa. Perfect. We're going to go last. But that's okay. We're going to go ahead and damage the Jawa because we meet the criteria. Played a black aspect unit. So we'll deal 1 damage to a Jawa and 1 damage to the base. And boom. We're in the lead. We're not going first next turn. But hey, we have 1 health higher and we have a unit already on the table. Okay, a couple other units now. Tag, Piet, these are all good choices. We're going to drop the militia since he is not Imperial. We want to make sure we're keeping on theme here. Out comes an ardent sympathizer. Only gets better if the opponent has Imperial units. We're going to go ahead and play... Or sorry, only gets better if the opponent has initiative, I should say. Opponent's definitely going to take the initiative next turn. We'll just play Cell Block Guard. I think we're going to kill the sympathizers with the Death Star Stormtrooper there. So Stormtrooper only has 1 health, so there wasn't really a way of protecting it. We're not going to be using Vader's ability this turn. We're going to go ahead and pass. Boba Fett decides to not pass for some reason. So I think that's silly. All right, we got to make a choice here. Again, we had Admiral Piet. We have a trooper that when it dies does something. I think that's good stuff. I guess it's going to be... I don't want it to be Tag, though. I guess it's Tag. I mean, I guess it's the Wilderness Fighter. Sorry, the Vanguard Infantry. We're going to play Tag this turn, I think. Wampa comes into play. That's no good. Yeah, let's play Tag. We'll go ahead and put a token on the Cell Block Guard. Opponent's going to have the initiative. We're going to go ahead now and play... Well, let's use the ability here. Deal 1 damage. We're going to deal 1 damage to the Wampa, so if he swings first, he will die. Do 1 damage to the base, and then we will attack the base for 4. We're still ahead. They're at 24. We're at 30. We have 2 units in play. We're about to get to turn 5. We have seen no Super Laser Technicians yet. None. None at all. Let's drop that Vanguard Infantry. We'll keep with the Imperial theme here because we have a lot of space that we can play around with. I'm digging it. Opponent plays Jabba the Hutt, so they can return a trick from the... Or sorry, they search the top 8 cards of their deck for a trick event, reveal it, and draw it. They didn't reveal anything, so they did not find one. Our options now, we can put a play a TIE Advance to make the Cell Block Guard stronger by 2 experience points. It will survive the Wampa, so I think that's what we're going to do. We can also use Vader's ability. So Cell Block Guard is stronger. Boba Fett comes out. Okay. Let's use Vader's ability. Deal 1 damage to a unit. We're going to choose Boba, I think. Get that 1 damage on him. 1 damage on the base now. And we have Tag. Boba has to swing in the Cell Block Guard, which he will not kill it. And Boba is destroyed. So perfect there. He should have swung with the Wampa first, but I get it. The Wampa wasn't going to really kill the Cell Block Guard either. Tag will go ahead and swing into the base, and the Wampa will die to the Cell Block Guard. So this Cell Block Guard did some work. We now have to deal with Mr. Jabba the Hutt. Let's take the initiative. Hutts don't stand a chance against Darth Vader, though. Hate to tell you. That's not where they excel. We'll drop the patrolling V-Wing. I'm still surprised we have not seen a Super Laser Technician when we're running 3. So we had everything we needed to make this work. All right. We could play some cards. I think we're going to do something fun. Let's play the TIE Fighter first, see what the opponent does. They play a Partisan Insurgent. Okay. Let's go ahead and swing into the Insurgent with General Tag there. Let's get that damage in. Make it a little bit easier to kill that Insurgent later on. And the opponent plays General Veers, but they have no Imperial units, so I'm not too worried there. Let's use Vader's ability to deal 1 more damage to Bippo. I guess let's do it to Veers. We'll hit Veers. Gives Tag an easy kill next turn. Same thing. We're going to... Actually, we have Strike True here. I should have used Strike True, I think, to take out Veers, but that's okay. We're going to take out the Mining Guild TIE Fighter, and we'll play Admiral Piet this turn. Jabba the Hutt should swing now. Does he swing on the base? No, he takes out Tag. Okay. Jabba the Hutt has plenty of health. Opponent readies 1 resource using Boba Fett's ability and takes the initiative. Nothing else for us to do, but Darth Vader is going to come out this turn, and we have a maximum firepower. This is all solid. Ooh, all right, so we have 2 kill cards. We're going to get rid of Strike True since Maximum firepower does the same thing, just a little bit more. Out comes Bounty Hunter Crew. It does have ambush, so we're going to lose that Piet, which means Ruthless Raider's not going to be able to do work like we were hoping. All right, so we can choose 2 Imperial units for this one. This would be a total of 5 damage. Wouldn't really kill anyone, so let's play Ruthless Raiders. We're going to deal 2 damage to the base and 2 damage to a unit. I think for the unit, we're going to go ahead and pick the Insurgents since they can hit a little bit hard. Veers can hit just as hard as the Insurgents, but Veers does not have raid, so he's not going to get be too surprising here. All right, we're going to deal 1 damage to a unit and to a base. We're going to choose, we'll kill Veers on turn. Actually, we're going to kill the Bounty Hunter on turn. We'll do 1 damage there, 1 damage to the base. Let Veers hit us for 3 or 4, I guess. We're about to have Darth Vader in play. Doing some work. Here he comes after I hit cancel. Let's deploy the leader. He deploys to the ground arena ready. This is great. We're going to go ahead and attack, and I think we're going to attack... I guess I'm going to attack Jabba. I'm going to attack Jabba, and we're going to take out the Bounty Hunter Crew. Jabba's not going to die. We're going to take 2 points of damage, but we can take 2 points of damage. We'll swing on the base for 5. Get us closer to this ending here. Not to mention we have Gladiator, Star Destroyer, and maximum firepower. So we definitely have enough damage to take out some of these other units, which I think is going to be great. No reason to play any of these cards. We've already hit our top, and we got rid of our 8 cost card. All right. For some reason, the opponent does not swing first. That's okay. Let's attack with Vader. We're going to swing into Jabba the Hutt. And we'll go ahead and deal 2 damage to Veers. So 2 damage there. We're not going to kill Veers. We'll kill Jabba. No, yeah, we'll kill Jabba the Hutt. We'll see what Veers does. Swings into the base. Perfectly fine. Let's just finish this off. We're going to swing into the base with the Ruthless Raiders for 4. TIE Fighter's going to go. Hit it for 3. Hit it for 2. And that's pretty much it. So we're just going to go ahead and play the Academy Training on Vader. Put out a couple more cards here. Maximum firepower. We'll just do this and take out Veers for no reason. Don't need to. We'll pass here. We have the game. See what the opponent does, and we'll play one more time. Hey, look, a Super Lasers Technician. We'll just throw that in there. That's where it's supposed to be. Out comes a siege tank, but we do not care about sieges. We are winning the game. There we go. Loved it. No, we don't need to do 2 damage to anyone. We're just going to win. Opponent holding on to another Insurgent and a Waylay. All right. Let's run that back. Again, I'm excited for pre-release, and the next couple Saturdays, that's kind of what I'll be doing, is some pre-release stuff. Again, familiarize yourself with Luke and Vader, because if you find the combinations or the synergies in your sealed pool, you'll know what to do. You'll know how to play. No mulligan for us. We have a Super Laser Technician. I'm happy to see it. An Ozzel. These are all good cards. We're going to drop Militia, I think, and... Wow. I guess we're going to drop TIE Advance. TIE Advance is good, but Ozzel's going to be a good turn 1. Super Laser Technician's obviously turn 2. Or we can use our Ozzel to kill one of their units. So let's see. I'm going to drop the Vanguard Infantry and keep the Imperial theme going here. Let's see what happens. They put a +2/+2 on Ozzel. That makes sense. So what I'm actually going to do instead, though, is use my action ability with Ozzel, because I want to take advantage of Super Laser Technician. So we're going to play an Imperial unit from our hand, and it's going to enter play ready. So this means it's going to untap, then it's going to readied. We get to do that, and because we used our Ozzel first, before the opponent had untapped anything, they don't get the benefit of untapping. They use their Ozzel for no reason. They should not have done this, to play the Death Star Stormtrooper readied. That allows us to ready our Ozzel back. So that's pretty cool. We're just going to go ahead and kill the Super Laser Technician into the Stormtrooper. That's exactly what we want to do. He dies, and now we're 1 resource ahead. We also got rid of a unit that hits for 3, so I'm all right with that. Hey, look, we have 1 more resource. Let's go ahead and play it. We can play the TIE Fighter, or we can do 1 damage here. I don't know. 1 damage on him, I think, is going to help a little bit, but also just putting a little bit of pressure on the opponent, I think, is going to be fun. So let's do that. And we can just swing it to the base. Now, remember, in Unforced Table, in the limited formats, they do make the AI a little bit harder by giving them more health, which is why this Echo Base has +4. So if we were to play a second game after winning this one, it would be +8. So our third game after this one. We're going to drop the V-Wing. I guess I should have played the V-Wing for more super laser technicians, but I did not. All right, Ozzel just got a little bit stronger here. Let's play Snow Trooper Lieutenant, I guess. We're gonna play the Lieutenant. We're gonna buff up the TIE Fighter. Let's hit a little bit harder here. Drop it to 28. AI is going to do the same thing with Snow Trooper Lieutenant and swing into our base for 8. That makes complete sense. Complete sense there. Let's use our ability to deal 1 damage to a unit and a base. We're going to start working on this Ozzel, who's just getting bigger and bigger. And then we're going to play the first lead of Snow Trooper. So AI has already taken the initiative. It works in our favor a bit. Play the Snow Trooper. And we'll attack with Ozzel. I'm going to swing Ozzel into the Snow Trooper Lieutenant. We don't want IG-88 to have more resources, more units than us. Next turn, though, he will give all units raid. So the less units he has in play, he cannot use his ability, and we won't hurt as much from the other one. Wow. Okay, we're at 6. We're still 1 resource ahead of them. I guess I'm going to drop 5th Brother. I want to play the V-Wing and hope to get another Super Laser Technician. If we get that Technician in play, we can get Vader out this turn. So let's start there. V-Wing first. What do I draw? Not the Technician. Okay. No Technician. Let's put out the Cell Block Guard for some Sentinel. Admiral Ozzel gets into play. We can untap a unit. We're going to tap the Cell Block Guard ourselves. And I think then we're going to swing with the Cell Block Guard because he will die. So let's get 3 damage out of him. He dies. Death Star Stormtrooper is going to swing into him. I knew that. I should have just used Vader to kill it. But either way, the Cell Block Guard is going to die. And we want to max out our damage for sure. Let's do 1 damage to Ozzel. Actually, let's do 1 damage to IG-88. So that way the Snow Trooper can finish him off. Now that he's damaged, we'll get +2 when he swings. Smart move for IG-88 to swing now before he dies. Good move. Let's take him out. Can't afford more raid. He's out of play. We lose a Snow Trooper. It's a fair trade, or it's a good trade for us. Opponent lost their leader. We lost a 2-cost unit, and we still get to swing for 4. This Ozzel's still continuing to be a pain. I don't have an answer for it. Let's just race a little bit more. And Vader comes out next turn. So 1 Super Laser Technician gets him out of turn early. I'm all right with that. If there was another Super Laser Technician we draw here, which there wasn't, then we knew a bigger regret of not playing that patrolling V-Wing earlier. All right, we have all these good cards. We only have 1 Trooper, though. We're going to drop General Tag, and we're going to play Gladiator Star Destroyer to give someone Sentinel this turn. Who's it going to be, though? I don't know. We'll just give it to Tag. Or Admiral Ozzel, sorry. All right. Opponent has to swing into Ozzel. Ozzel dies. That's no problem. We're going to go ahead and use our next ability here. Vader's ability to deal 1 damage to a unit and a base. Let's choose Admiral Ozzel. And we'll deal 1 damage to the base. 16. Again, we're going to take out Ozzel this turn. No problem. Let's put Vader into play now. It's a 13-15 match. We have nothing but units left to play here. We have to swing into Homestead Militia with Vader. But we're going to use 2 damage to hit Ozzel. And the Snow Trooper Lieutenant's going to finish him off. Vader has plenty of health, so we'll be fine there. And we're going to hit the base for 3 more. There goes a good swing. 2, 13, 13. Let's make it a little bit better in our favor. There we go. Vader's in play. We have a good board presence. We have 1 card in hand. The opponent only has 2. We're going to stop putting some cards out right now. I know we have an AT-AT that's 8, but if we draw it with another card, we know what we're doing. Katina Braggart swings with that raid bonus, but it really does not matter. Let's swing first with Lord Vader. Put that 2 damage on the Braggart. We have 5, 6, 7, 8 damage sitting on the field. Nothing the opponent can do. We'll swing now for 5. Drops him to 2. Again, opponent's taking the initiative. It's our game. There it is. Always good stuff. Always good stuff. I'm having fun. So hopefully everyone enjoyed that. Again, the next couple weeks, I think we're going to not do sealed and do that pre-release setup here. That way, when you open up your sealed pool, you always have Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker available to you. Hopefully you guys enjoyed today. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, anything like that. So if you're enjoying the videos, I'd love to know, and I would love to know what you're excited about with Star Wars Unlimited. So good stuff coming out. Again, I've been excited that Palpatine was revealed yesterday. And I'll be working on a couple things for a couple of these streams coming up. So enjoy your weekend. If you're in the Northwest, Pacific Northwest, make sure you're calling your local stores or checking the social groups. Red Castle games, Guardian games, Batcave games, Fate and Fury games, Terra Crux games, Gone Guy games. You can tell a lot of stores use the word games, but I haven't listed all the ones in Portland. For those of you guys who live in some smaller cities or cities with less stores, Portland's one of those areas that have a lot of stores, a lot. Magic scene is big up here, so a lot of opportunity. Being a former manager here in the Portland store area, I think last time I checked, we had around 11 game stores for a city not very big. And for me, who's lived in a couple different places, Houston, Texas, Oklahoma City, I've been traveled to a lot of other places. I have never seen so many stores. I like to talk to a lot of reps, and they'll kind of tell me that Portland, LA, and Salt Lake, a lot of stores. So anyway, check out your local stores, call them, see if they're doing any events. If you're not seeing it on their social calendars, start building that community. Again, as I said earlier, if you're not finding anything in your region on like a Discord, a Facebook group, anything like that to figure out where your this community in your area is, make one. So you can always make one, start advertising it, and people will start showing up. So thankful for everyone who's made those Portland groups this week, and the people who've been making the regional groups like Pacific Northwest ones on Discord. Appreciate you all. Enjoy your weekend.